5 Borders teams. 1 big prize. Just who will make it to Murrayfield? Welcome to Borders Rugby Roundup. Later on we'll be having news from the Peebles Sevens at the Guides, but let's concentrate first of all on the Cup, the Shield and the Plate. 5 Borders sides still involved at the semi-final stage, and let's begin with Melrose against Haddington.
To be honest, this afternoon Melrose were always the stronger side against Haddington. They started the game well. David Whiteford scored a try in 24 minutes and that really set the tone for a Melrose side that clearly had more experience, had a little bit more depth and were just too streetwise for their opposition this afternoon. True, Haddington came back in the closing stages and made it a far more nervy final 10 minutes than it should have been. When Jordan Macy ran in for Melrose's second try midway through the second half, the game was all but won. So Melrose take on Heriots in a repeat of last season's final at Murrayfield in 2 weeks' time, and I'm sure the cup holders and Craig Chalmers will feel that they have the strength and depth to retain the trophy.
Unfortunately the performance wasn't there today, but the result ended up being correct. I mean, heading to Murrayfield again, I mean, it's great after last year, getting the atmosphere and everything. The guys know what to expect, and they didn't want to let it pass them by again. You know, it's not often you get a chance in the semi-final of a cup and a home draw. So at the end of the day, the result was good, but performance not quite there yet.
In the Shield semi-final, Peebles went to Dumfries and won by 17 points to 7, scoring 3 tries, including these 2 from Dan Boltwood. They were actually 17-0 up before Dumfries got a late try. The other score for Peebles was this from Donald Sangster. Hawick Linden also scored 3 tries in their plate semi against Aberdeen University from Darryl Gray, Graeme Anderson and Jamie Scott. But they went down 34-19 and they go out, but President Derek Oliver praised his side.
Basically beaten by a better side, a much more physical side, strong round and backs. Our boys gave 110%, got back into the game in 22-19, but unfortunately Aberdeen scored the next try, and that was the game 1 for them. But take my hat off to our boys, they gave their all and I kind of fault them for that.
Jed Forrest put on a brave effort at Glasgow Hawks in their Shield semi, but lost 30-20 despite leading with 9 minutes to go. Duns, though, made it through to the final of the Plate with a thumping win over Dunbar by 66 points to 3. Still to come, a chat with Gordon Keddie of Gala Rugby Club, talking about next Saturday's Gala Sevens, the 125th anniversary of the first playing of that tournament. We've also got news of the Langham Sevens event, but next we go to the Guides for the Peebles Sevens. Plenty of atmosphere at the Peebles Sevens on Sunday, but it came down to 3 of the big guns at the semi-final stage, where Melrose beat Hawick and Watsonians defeated Gala. It set up a final between Melrose and Watsonians, and here's the tries from that game with your commentators Stuart McFarlane and Stuart McFarlane.
Watsonians in on the halfway line. He feeds it out to Jaden Thrush. Thrush gets it out to Feddo, and Feddo's away. Scott Wight's chasing, and off goes Scott McCormack to the track, but Mike Feddo cuts inside, and it's first blood to Watsonians. Restart goes, and here goes the man James Lew for Melrose up to the halfway line. Lew still going. He's been chased by Somerville. He turns his man inside out, but James Lew is going all the way. Another fantastic try from James Lew, his 8th of the afternoon. McCormack feeds it into White. White finds a gap and he's through, and White breaks away. He's got Callum Anderson in support, and Anderson's going all the way into the left. Oh, what did he stop for? Oh, but he's still going, stopped and checked, and he goes over in the left hand corner. He kind of stopped, and I thought that was a chance lost, but then he cut back inside and he goes over. Anderson then looking up. Oh, he finds a wee gap here, Callum Anderson. Oh, and he's through if he can feed it out, and it's fed out to Wallace. Wallace looking up, Wallace going on, feed out to Graeme Dodds, and Graeme Dodds is going to go in to the left hand corner, and Melrose are going to extend their lead. Come out to Jamie Blackwood. Blackwood along the line to James White. White takes the ball and he's going to go in for the try. And James White touches down for Watsonians. So it's now Melrose 17. It's Watsonians 10. Scott Wight then's got Callum Anderson out to his left hand side. But it's Callum Anderson at the moment trying to go around James White. He stops, he checks, he tries to find the gap. Offloads it then to James Lew. James Lew trying to break the tackle. Not a bad effort there from Lew, but Scott Wight is going to pick up now. Scott Wight then out to John Dale, comes out to Willie Wallace. Wallace then on the ball for Melrose. Melrose, all the possession comes out to Graeme Dodds. Dodds is on a way run now. He's inside the Watsonians half, and Dodds cutting inside. Oh, great stuff from Graeme Dodds, and Mike Kerr just slipping on that 22-metre line, and it's Graeme Dodds who goes in for yet another Melrose try. It's Melrose 22, it's Watsonians 12.
Yeah, you feel that could be a turning point there, because Eddie Howe was chasing back, tried the tackle, couldn't nail him, couldn't get him down, and then as you see, Kerr ended up on his backside because he slipped, and that was great work from the big guy there. And again, right underneath the post, Scott Wight, no mistake there. Another 7 points at this stage in the game now. Melrose with their tails up. Watsonians a lot of work to do.
At the Peebles Sevens, the ball goes up, then good take, and they've made a change with James Johnson now coming on for Watsonians, picked up by Blackwood. Oh, and Blackwood's away, and he's away, and Watsonians right back in it as Jamie Blackwood scampering over the 22, and he now makes a try line and touches down. So Jamie Blackwood then getting Melrose a bit of a scare there, so that now makes it Melrose 24, it's Watsonians 17. Gets the ball back on his side as Eddie Howe tries to go in, but Scott Wight going in there trying to get that ball back, but White, who does well, and he picks it up, and it comes out now to Callum Anderson. Anderson looking up, what's his option? Slows play down, a minute and a half to go, and Anderson breaks through. Anderson breaks through. The line's broken there by Watsonians, and that is going to seal it, I think, and the trophy is heading back to the green yard.
No, it's fantastic. A true honour. I didn't expect it. I just sort of came today to try and win the cup, and it was great that we did that. So it was a really good day.
Finally today, a brief chat with Gordon Keddie from Gala Rugby Club, talking about next Saturday's Gala Sevens. It's the 125th anniversary of the first playing, and at the moment Heriots are the title holders. But certainly Gordon would like to see that trophy come back to Gala.
Oh, definitely, I would like to see it back here at Netherhill after an absence of, I think, about 13 years. But one moment with Gala since the start have won their trophy at least once in every decade, so it's about time the 2000 decade was sorted out and we'll get it back here. But there'll be a lot of strong sides because there's no cup ties that day. Heriots looked pretty good at Melrose, and so did Watsonians, and Stuart's Melville are here from the city. The border sides, it's been a kind of mixed bag this year. Hawick's won, and Selkirk's going well, and Melrose looked strong at their own sport. So I think there's a chance of a good tournament.
Well, that's it for today. Join us again next week when we've got a double dose of sevens for you, the Gala and the Earlston tournaments.